we start any hand, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to score each hand. Remembering all picture cards and 10s are worth 10. All the number cards are worth their number, and every ace is worth 11. Unless 11 puts you over 21, and then it would be worth 1. So the dealer is going to be 16. The dealer is always 16. Player 1 is 18. Player 2 is 17. Player 3 is 15. Player 4 is 19. Player 5 is 16. Player 6 is 20. Please keep in mind, it does not matter if you're under 16 or under what score you are. Okay? Hands that have a score of 16 or lower will have the same exact answer. The answers do not change until you get to 17. My next step to kind of start the problem is to come up with my denominators. There are 14 cards exposed here. 12 to the players, 2 to the dealer. 52, which is the amount of cards in the deck, minus 14 is 38. So my denominators throughout the problem is 38. And then I need to recognize how many of each card are left. So how many of each card are left? Well, if there's no aces exposed, there's 4 of those left. There are no 2s exposed, so there are 4 of those left. No 3s exposed, 4 of those left. No 4s exposed, 4 of those left. And no 5s exposed, 4 of those left. So there's 20 cards that can potentially help the dealer. For 6s, I see 2 exposed, so there's 2 left. For 7s, there's 2 exposed, so there's 2 left. For 8s, there's 1 exposed, so there's 3 left. For 9s, there's 3 exposed, so there's 1 left. For 10s, there is For 10s, there is 1 exposed, so there's 3 left. Hopefully that fits in the screen. For jacks, 2 exposed, 2 left. Queens, 1 exposed, 3 left. And kings, 2 exposed, 2 left. So when I add the amount of cards that are left in the deck that are greater, or 6 or greater, 2 and 2 is 4, 4 and 3 is 7, 8, 11, 11 and 2 is 13, 13 and 3 is 16, and 2 is 18. So think about that. That's my first check. 18 and 20 add up to 38, and that's what my denominator is. So that's the basics of the problem. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start with my lowest scores, which are player 3 and player 5. So, once again, 15 and player 3 and player 5 are the 2 people with the lowest scores. Okay, they're under 17, which means right away, if you are under 17, you can put a 0 in the tie column. You are not tying. And the only way to win if you're under 17 is for the dealer to go over 21. 18 cards cause the dealer to go over 21. 20 cards don't cause the dealer to go over 21. And you're going to write the same exact score for 16. When you have a score of 17, you still have the same amount of cards that can help you win. It's 18. When you're at 17, the only way to win is for the dealer to go over 21. With that being said, though, if an ace were to come, 16 plus 1 is 17. It does add to your ability to tie. There are 4 cards that cause us to tie. And our 3 denominators have to add up to 38. 18 plus 4 is 22. 22 plus 16 is 38. So there's 16 cards that beat you. And now here's what we do. You can do it logically or you can study it. Here's the studying method. You add the wins and ties for 17. And those are your wins for 18. So if you have a score of 18, you now have 4 more cards that allow you to win. The 18 cards that cause the dealer to go over 21. And if the dealer gets an ace, there's 4 aces out there. So if the dealer ends with 17 and you end with 18, you win. There are 4 2s out there. So there's 4 to 38 chance you tie. 22 and 4 is 26, and 12 is 38. I add my wins and ties from 18, and that is my wins for 19. 26 wins. If a 3 comes, there's 4 of those. That creates a tie. 26 and 4 is 30. 30 plus 8 is 38. And finally, I add my wins and ties from a score of 19, and that's 30 cards. There are 4 4s that cause me to tie, and therefore there are 4 cards that beat me. Those are the 4 5s left in the deck. All right, so my dealer, 16. Player 1, 19. Player 2, 20. Player 3, 14. Player 4, 12. Player 5, 17. Player 6 is not 8 or 18, it is 18. Every hand gets 1 score. All right, the 11 doesn't cause us to go over 21. Each denominator here is going to be 38. Cards are left. Well, there's 3 aces still in the deck. There are 4 2s still in the deck. There are 4 3s still in the deck. There are 3 4s still in the deck. There are 3 5s still in the deck. There's my line. There's 6s. There's 4 of them left. For 7s, there's 1 left. For 8s, there's 4 left. For 9s, there's 2 left. Yes? What? Sorry. Actually, you know what? I'm going to leave that right now. Someone just let me know of a correction. I'm going to go back to it. But they were correct, so hold that thought. There are 4 10s left. And there are 3 jacks left, 2 queens left, and then 3 kings left. And while I didn't intentionally make the mistake to start off with, you'll see where we can find the mistake as well. So 3, 3, and 3 is 9, 9 and 8 is 17. We have 17 cards above 5. Let's add this up. 4 and 1 is 5, 5 and 4 is 9, 9 and 2 is 11, 11 and 4 is 15, 15 and 3 is 18, 18 and 2 is 20, this is 23. So, if you notice here, 23 and 17 equals 40. I'm supposed to only have 38 cards left. So that means I made a mistake. If that happens, make sure you go back and see where it is. So I'm going to start with the aces through fives. I see one ace, I see 1 5, and I see 1 4 exposed. So there's 3 aces, 3 4s, 3 5s. I believe the top is correct. All right. If I look at my 6, I don't see any 6s there. 7 was wrong. 1, 2, 3. There's actually 4 7s out there. So since there's 4 7s exposed, there's 0 7s left in the deck. Now I'm off 2 cards, so I have to find the other mistake. I don't see any 8s. For 9s, I have 1, 2. And for 10s, there is 1 10 exposed, and I wrote it as 4 left, so obviously there's only 3 left. So therefore, my number here is going to be 21. I would always take advantage of that opportunity to check right there and make sure the numbers above 5 and the numbers below 5 add up to 38. You are under 6, if you are 16 and under, the answer is 21 wins, cards that cause 0 to bust, 17 losses, 0 ties. And it's going to be the same for any number under 17. So this is 21, 17, and 0. With 17, the amount of cards to win will still be the same. There's 3 aces that cause a tie. 21, 3 is 24, plus 14 is 38. I add my wins and ties. 24. There are 4 2s in the deck. So therefore, there are 10 cards that can beat us. 24 and 4 is 28. There are 4 3s in the deck that can tie us, and therefore 6 cards that can beat us. And finally, 28 and 4 is 32. There are 3 4s in the deck that can tie us, and therefore 3 cards that can beat us. And that is our answer.